Yeah, I just want to make a quick video. If you weren't here yesterday on Tuesday for many different reasons, whether you had tech issues or you just joined the class or you switched, I just want to go over a couple of basics for this class. If you were in class yesterday, you don't need to listen to this, but I wanted to post it today to make sure that you guys had some basics of the class. So first off would be schedule. Depending on the period that you are in, here is your schedule. The live days, obviously, meaning that we are in class in a Google Meet, and then the on-demand days are where you're in kind of quote unquote virtual school. And I will most likely be posting assignments on those days, but we'll talk about that in a later slide. And the flex day is a day for you to get a hold of any of your teachers. For me, you can go ahead and schedule maybe a Google Meet if you want to meet that way, or you can email me, whether you're falling behind in class or you're just not understanding a topic. Wednesday is a great day to get some of that stuff done. All right. What you can expect from me, approximately 2 to 3 assignments a week. And that could change, but that's the expected in terms of workload of what you'll be turning in. Live days, I'm going to be teaching and reviewing a lot of content that I've already posted. And I post those during those number 3, those virtual days. All right, that's where you'll see recorded lessons and some assignments that are attached to those. On those virtual days, don't think that you can't try to contact me either, though. If you're in a virtual day and you're struggling with an assignment, you're more than welcome to email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There will be quizzes and tests. Those will be obviously run a little bit different than they are normally. But as we get closer to those, I'll explain those. But we'll be using both a program called Socrative and Google Forms, which you've probably used in the past. There'll be a lot of options for some easy points by either doing bell ringers and exit slips. And that'll be another thing is I'll explain how those will be done as we kind of start some of our live days. What I expect of you, I expect you to be in class, obviously. Make sure you communicate all issues with me. I want you to be transparent and communicate any issues that you're having in class. It's probably easier to fall behind in this kind of environment, and I just want you to be upfront with me with anything that you're struggling with. It goes back to the last slide, whether it be content or whether it be an assignment. Just do your best to not fall behind. Keep your video on, especially when you're logging into class. Like I said, I understand that things happen, and if there's an interruption, but when we start and we're actually having classroom discussion, I want to make sure that your video is on. When I'm presenting to you, it's not as important, but when we're in the classroom discussion format, and there's obvious things that you can and cannot do. Obviously, any illegal behavior is not allowed, and then like I said, in those instances, different authorities have to be contacted when you do those things. So just make sure that you're kind of there and ready to be in class like you would in school. If you have a question while I'm teaching on those live days or while we're talking, you can obviously put it in the chat box also. I know for some of you, maybe you don't want to, unmute yourself and ask that question. But go ahead and do that. And speaking of your mic, keep it muted while I'm kind of leading the class, and then there'll be moments where I'll ask you guys to kind of unmute yourself so that you can discuss. Attendance, I'll be taking attendance every day on the live days, making sure that you're logging in and being a part of class. Number 2, that's just more or less I was letting you guys know that they're going to have something to make it a lot easier, but I'll take attendance as you guys log in. I'll kind of mark you off. If you log off early, you will be considered absent. Okay, so don't come in for 5 minutes and then take off and expect to not be considered absent. I want you to be there the whole time. If you cannot be there the whole time, or there's something that comes up like a normal school day, make sure that you let me know. All right, try to let me know ahead of time if you can. If it's something that happens immediate, then it would be after the fact. All right, like I said, it kind of harps on this already. Communication then is key. I understand that we're going to have issues, especially early on, maybe some tech issues, but I need you to communicate with me. All right. So that's really all I had for this. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact me. There was a couple other things that we went over, but nothing major that if you didn't get it, you won't be able to kind of seamlessly transition into the class. once we get started.